Good evening, teacher.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the class. How are you tonight?
Very well, thank you, teacher.
Nice. How was the holiday yesterday, the vacation?
Hard to the entrance.
Okay. Okay, my friends, it's nice to see you once again this Friday. Nice, right? And of course, we're going to practice and learn a little bit more about logistics. And please remember to continue with the platform. It's very important that you move on with the exercises and not leave that for the last minute. Sometimes that is difficult because there are some problems with the platform or questions, or we don't have time. So let's move on with that. Okay, so we're going to start by checking the attendance. Let's see. Aida Isabel López Bonilla. Ana Verónica Hernández Rodríguez.
Present.
Good. Blanca Isabel Tunaca de Rodríguez. Ernesto José Andrade Medina.
Present, teacher.
Good. Jonathan Ariel Figueroa Rivera. José Alfredo Hueso López. Juan Roberto Velázquez Romero.
Present, teacher.
Good. María Julia Ramos Olivar. Mónica Wendy Ábalos Girón.
Present.
Good. Oscar Mauricio Rivera González.
Present.
Good. Oscar René Molina Calidonio.
Present, teacher.
Good. Oseas Figueroa Cisneros.
Present.
Good. Ramiro Rafael Aguilar Díaz.
Present, teacher.
Good. Roberto Carlos Avilés Rivera. Sandra Yanira Gómez Romero.
Present, teacher.
Good. Silvia Patricia Aceituno Méndez.
Bueno, tenía sentido la justicia.
Verónica Elizabeth Burgos Rivas.
Present, teacher.
Good. Perfect. Nice. So, as you may remember, we were speaking about distribution channel, distribution, logistics, and many other things, and how important is logistics. So also we analyzed that it's not possible to have anything that we have in our houses without logistics. Everything that we have, every shirt, every food, everything is because of logistics, right? So it's something very important, and that's why companies, they invest sometimes millions of dollars in logistics. So we're going to continue with the class, and let me just go to the, here's it. Okay. Show here. Oh, here's it. Okay. Perfect. So this is a something that I've mentioned before, but the first question for you for tonight is that what is 3PL? Do you know what is 3PL? Okay, as you can see there in the presentation below, it says third-party logistics. That is it. So in the future, when I mention or when you read about 3PL, that means third-party logistics. And there it says, third-party logistics is a supply chain model that involves third-party. Okay, so that means that is not the producer and it's not the consumer, it's another company that interferes, is the intermediary for this. So, and you can see there in the chart, how does it work? We have the business, so that is the first step, your business that produces any kind of products or services. And then we have the logistics provider. that sometimes is known as a 3PL or 3PL provider, okay? And they are in charge of the carrier, the delivery of the products. But the logistics provider, the 3PL, they do many things. For example, they are in charge of packaging. So you do your products and you ask to this company, I need the package this way. I need you to handle this way the product. I need the colors, or that you have to be careful about anything that you are going to manage. The other thing is warehouse. So the space in the warehouse is one of the most important things in logistics, because I mean, for first of all, you pay for that space, right? Even if it's all the warehouse, or if are 3 warehouses, or if it's just the half of a warehouse, so you pay for that one. So you need to take advantage of that. That means that you need to be careful. Before we mention, and this is related to the other topic, to the other there that says inventory management, you need to be careful on how much of this inventory you are going to have. You cannot have that much, and you cannot have that little. You have to have the correct, the right amount. So logistics, they do that, okay? And the career, of course, is about the delivery. So you can have many kinds of delivery. The most common here in El Salvador is the motorbikes, right? Motorbikes are very popular now for your food and now for many other things. Airplanes, boats, there are many things that we can do for this. So this is like the introduction for the 3PL. Do you have any question about this? Okay, let's move on. We also can have 4PL. So we have a comparative here of 3PL versus 4PL. So if we compare, it says the first one, oftentimes owns warehousing or transportation assets. Question for you, what is oftentimes?
¿Horas extras? No.
No, that is overtime.
Okay.
Tiempo de oferta.
No, that is offer time. This is oftentimes. Actually, often.
I don't see. I don't count with the mirology.
All right. So,
Oh,
but this.
no, but, I think that is more or less the time for to give the product.
Yeah, actually,
I know,
oftentimes.
I don't know.
Yeah, oftentimes is the same as often. Do you remember when we say, how often do you eat pizza? So it's frequency, frequently, but often is more common in English. So we can say, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And in a very formal way, we can say oftentimes, but oftentimes is the same as often. So it's exactly the same. So we can say that very frequently, the 3PL companies, they are the proprietorship of warehousing or transportation assets. But in the 4PLs, most often non-asset based, they don't have anything. So that is the first difference. So in the 3PL, your company have some things, maybe a warehouse, maybe some trucks, airplanes, or things like that. But in the 4PL, the company doesn't have anything. Everything is in charge of the other company, from the logistic company. You only produce, and the other company is the one that is going to deliver, do the carrier. The second one says the 3PL is focused on day-to-day operations. And the 4PL is focused on optimizing the supply chain. So on the 3PL, you manage the inventory in a day-to-day or in a weekly day. It could be also in a monthly sometimes is based on this. But on the 4PL, since this is for very large companies, you have, I mean, for example, in mine, do you remember when we were speaking about the franchises and we were speaking about McDonald's? So in mine, how do they supply, who do they buy meat or tomatoes for all the restaurants around the world? And there are some things that come from other countries. So that is the supply chain. Do you know what is supply chain?
Cadena de suministro.
Cadena de
Cadena de suministros, así es.
That is it. So he is more into that one because the company is so large that they cannot just think about 1 week. They have to think about all the movements that happens. So it's a for very large. And the other one says 1 of 2 points of contacts in the supply chain. So we have very little contacts because the company is very small. The other one says the single point of contact for the supply, for full supply chain. So you have one vendor that is the maximum, the one that provides you all the information, all the products or the supplies, everything that is related to that. So this is the difference between 3PL and 4PL. So 4PL is more for really large. Do you have any questions here? Any vocabulary, pronunciation?
Only watch the point 3 the paragraph. The 3PL versus 4PL. The 2 points say 1 of 2 points of contact in the supply chain is you choose what is the point that you need.
Exactly.
The 4PL is imposed the middle or the single point of contact. I don't know if I'm wrong.
That is correct. Yeah. So in the first one, in the 3PL, you have probably 2 point of contact so you can get the supplies. But on the 4PL, since this is very large, you have 1 contractor, right? Because they have a contract for that.
But this point, most complicated for the efficiency and the service, or is more effective for the distribution of the product?
Well, actually, what they want to do is this. I mean, for example, you have one provider, only one, but that provider can have other providers, but the company itself, they deal only with one. So I want this with this pricing, and you have to give me that one. And they sign a contract. So the supplier, the provider, they are all obligated to accomplish that one. So that makes easier for the 4PL because you have only one and you don't care about what the other company is going to do. You want your supplies on time. So that makes it easier. But on the other hand, since this is for smaller companies, that is your work, the one that you have to have like plan B or plan C in case one company doesn't want to provide you. But in the 4 pieces, this is for large amounts of raw materials, let's say. There is a contract and they know they have to accomplish that. Good. Let's check to the next one. It says a 4PL can help a retailer e-commerce. And it says, well, first of all, do you know what is e-commerce?
Comercio electrónico.
Electronic commerce. That is it. So, I mean, for example, if you go and I believe that you mentioned that before, Alibaba. That is e-commerce, but that is huge. I mean, people around the world they buy in Alibaba or AliExpress, right? I mean, and they send you the product. They have thousands of products, and they send you the product. I mean, if you are in Chile, if you're in Argentina, if you are in Canada, they send you the product. So that is for 4PL. What AliExpress or Alibaba does is 4PL because it's too big. 3PL is not going to work. It has to be a 4PL. And how they work on that one. For example, allocate and place inventory to reduce missed opportunities. This is very important. First of all, in this paragraph, what is allocate? Do you know what is allocate?
Asignar.
Very good. So what they do is that they have different warehouses in different points. I don't know if you have ever bought something from AliExpress, but they when you are going to buy from that e-commerce website or application, there in the product it says this is going to come from China, or this come from Russia, or this come from, and there are many countries because they have warehouses in different countries. So it's going to be easier to send the product, and it's more convenient sometimes because of speed, right? So that is what it means, this first point. And the second one, it says achieve same-day delivery of online purchase regardless of location. Well, for AliExpress, it's not possible to have same day, but for example, Amazon, they do that in the United States, right? Of course, you have to pay for that because it's a premium service. So if you buy something, there is an option that it says 2 days delivery or 3 days delivery. And there is another option that it says for $2 more, you can receive that today. So it's possible for them. But imagine that you have something there on the website, and you click and you want that today, and you are going to have it today. So that is, I mean, the logistics for that one is very fast. And the other one says achieve same day inventory replenishment. Do you know what is replenishment? Replenishment.
Es reabastecimiento.
Very good. So for these kind of companies, it's very important that they always have a product. So if you, for example, for Black Friday that is coming, sometimes they sell a lot of products, so they need to have more products. So they do that as well. And this is only the logistics, remember. So it's not the company itself. So they are very useful for this kind of companies. Do you have any questions on this?
Teacher,
Yep.
what is the regardless?
Very good question. So regardless is, it doesn't matter where are you located. It doesn't matter. So you can be in Santa Ana, in San Salvador. I mean, and that is possible, for example, here in El Salvador. If you go to La Curacao, for example, you can buy something in San Salvador and the delivery is in other departments. So that is very convenient. Good. Nice. Any other questions?
Is same, excuse me, teacher, is same delivery in all location?
No, delivery.
Restriction.
Yeah, the word delivery is that you are going to move something to another place. The word allocate is that you are going to put in a place something.
Regardless of location.
Yeah, regardless, it doesn't matter where are you located. It's not important. You can be here, you can be in other places.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Como teacher, es como decir, independientemente de las ubicaciones, siempre le va a llegar el producto.
Exactly. That is it.
Okay.
For that point, is necessary have allocate and place inventory because
Exactly.
that permit the deliver or the product sent with exit.
Yeah,
Fue
so I mean,
exitosamente. Ese es
successful.
el punto.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, for this kind of companies, logistics is very important. I mean, if you are going to sell products and deliver the products, the tracking and the delivery is something that you need to pay attention to. Definitely. Good, good. Let me just go to the next. I really like this one. So this is a comparative. We also have, I mean, we have 3PL, we have 4PL, and we also have 5PL in Maya. So in the graphic, I believe that is very easy to understand. Let's check about the 3PL. It says, a fulfillment company packs bananas, stores them, and transports them from a farm to grocery store. So that is an example of 3PL. So do you know what is fulfillment? Okay, in this case, a fulfillment company is not a company that produces the banana. So there are companies that they receive the bananas from a company and they pack the bananas, stores them in a warehouse, transport them from the farm to the grocery store. That's the only thing that
This company is the intermediary.
it's an intermediate. Yeah, it's an intermediate. So, but the difference is that they only do that. Because all the companies here, the 3PL, the 4PL, and the 5PL, all of them are intermediaries. But this one only does that, only receives, package, transports, and that's it. In the 4PL, a logistics company is strategically managed a 3PL on behalf of the farmer to package, store, delivers the bananas to the grocery store. So do you know what is on behalf?
On behalf, where is the word?
It's in 4PL.
Half.
Intermediario. Ser intermedio. No.
Something like that. When we say on behalf of, is en representación de, en lugar de. So if you see here, the difference is that the logistics company is strategically managed. So it's not only to transport, they think about, they create a plan, they create strategies to check what is the best way to package, store, and deliver the bananas. So in this case, you pay not only for the transportation, you pay for a plan that they are going to create. And on the 5PL, it says a logistics company manages farmers' complete supply chain network from production to delivery. So the 5PL is not only to deliver the bananas, is, I mean, where am I going to plant the bananas? What kind of land do I need? What kind of people am I going to have to plant the bananas? So it's from the production, starting in the production and finishing with the delivery. So this is huge.
For
This case,
PL and 5PL, difference is a 5PL producer, y 4PL no producer.
Actually, no. The 5PL don't produce, but they help you in the logistics on the production. So, for example, imagine that you are going to need logistics for cell phones. So in the 5PL, what happens is that the logistics company, they help you getting the materials to create the cell phones. They help you getting the people to create that one. So they don't produce, but they help you in moving things, not only after the product is finished, but also before the product is finished.
in
So
the 5PL is the logistic company is go to the city or the place where the company produce the banana and distributing the product. For the case in El Salvador or Central America, is the company Chiquita, Banana Chiquita.
Yeah.
Is sometime I went to the Guatemala. Is many trucks with the slogan of the Chiquita Banana.
Roberto, like a mahoncho.
Guineyo, dijo aquel. Is the case of that company that I think that applies the application of the 5PL, because I know that the company Chiquita is only produce the banana, but other company is the take the logistic for distribution of the products.
Okay, let's make an exercise on that one. Okay, imagine that we're going to do the same for the three examples proposals. That is very clear. For the 3PL, if we're speaking about 3PL for proposals, what is going to happen is that La Niña Conchita makes proposals, and then a company comes, gets the proposals, and delivers the proposals to the customer. That is it. In the 4PL, what happens is that the company is going to discuss with Miss Conchita. Well, what you need to do is to go to this street and then go to the other street, and that's going to be the best strategy. And if you start delivering at 8 in the night, so they present a plan to distribute the proposals. And in the 5PL, the company is going to do the same at 4PL, but also they are going to go and buy chicharrón. They are going to buy the dough, that is la masa dough. They are going to buy the cheese, and they are going to bring all the materials to Miss Conchita. So Miss Conchita is going to only make the proposals. She's not going to be worried about the materials to produce the pupusas or what is going to happen after the pupusa is cooked. She only cooks the pupusa and that's it. So the other company, the 5PL Logistics, they take care of everything before creating the pupusa and after creating the pupusa. So that is the difference.
Okay. Yeah, it's more clear than the horchata.
Very good.
I understand the case.
Yeah, so that is the difference. So both the 4PL and 5PL, they have strategies, but the 5PL, they manage everything, all the process, but not the product.
In the 5PL, yeah, in the 5PL, that I don't understand the point about the company chop the product for the first materia prima. I don't
The
remember.
raw material.
Yeah. Okay. The company, logistic company, go chop and put in the site the product and the producer. Anything.
Yeah, something, huh?
Okay.
So yeah, nobody produces here, but they manage different stages. Of course, the larger the company, the more complex is the logistics, right? So it's not the same to do pupusas here in San Salvador than to send products around the world, right? It's totally different. So that's why we have different levels.
I wrote in the case that I think that the logistic company only go to the plants of production, in this case, banana, and take the banana and make all the process of the distribution but I wrong in that point.
Exactly.
No, I understand that this the case is the company take a step more for close the circle of the production.
Exactly. So of course you pay more for these companies because they really do a lot of things. But the good thing is that then, I mean, the advantage of these things is that you don't have to worry about this. You focus on production. That's your thing. And then you pay to the other company for them to worry about that, right? So it's interesting. And
But the benefit in this case, the 5PL is that the work of the producer is minus, because only make the product, no have to go to shop, no have to go to manejar, no me recuerdo cómo se dice,
to handle
pero no, no handle de, de materia prima,
raw material.
raw material is only produce the finished product, and the work is minus.
Yeah. So
It's,
that is the thing. That is the objective.
okay.
Very good, very good. Imagine how big is this? I mean, this is something that we don't see, but happens. I mean, it's something that happens. So here is like other examples for this. For 1PL, a farmer who delivers eggs to a grocery store for sale. So in the 1PL, the person that produces also delivers. That is it. In the 2PL, it says a courier delivers eggs from farm to the grocery store. So this is very similar to what happens here in El Salvador. You purchase food and somebody gives you the food and that's it. So the intermediary only transport. In the 3PL, a fulfillment company with a fleet of trucks, cartoons, eggs, and transport them from farm to grocery store. So we have the production and we have a warehouse. So there is a warehouse where the product can be, okay? And then we can deliver it out. So that is the difference. Here, there is a warehouse, not only transportation, but also store. In the 4PL, we introduce the logistics, the plans, okay? The strategy, the best one is this one and this one. And in the 5PL, the strategy also is from the very beginning, from the raw material until the very end. So here, I believe is very clear the difference between one and the other. So do you have any questions?
For me, teacher.
Very good, perfect.
One phone or company of logistics.
That is true. A lot of money there, but it's a pain in the head. It's a headache.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to watch a little video. This is very small, but then we're going to watch another one to check some things here. So check this video and let me know what you understand this one, okay? Let's see how it goes. Okay, what did you get from this video?
The good business at the subcontratation. Yeah, is the case of the company that why service the contract the people for work no this direct for the company that use is if for another company that made el intermediario, por decirlo. Right, así.
Okay, very good, perfect. That is nice. Any other comment?
Teacher, the last video showed that the good example about the 3PL.
That is true. That is more for 3PL. Very good.
Okay, the video showed the one way about around the outsourcing.
That is true. Outsourcing is another keyword here. So the 4PL, 3PL, 5PL, everything is outsourcing. But outsourcing also refers to many services that you contract, right, from outside.
Okay.
Perfect. Let's watch another video. This is a very nice one. So let's check how it goes, this one. Let's see.
I'm Jessie Janae, and this is Shipping Things, and today we're talking about 3PLs. Are they right for your business, and how do you figure out how much it will cost you? "3PL" stands for third-party logistics. It's basically a layer in your supply chain helping you with the logistics piece. And I know that sounds a little complicated, but it's actually really simple. Think of it like this. Your business makes a product and then delivers it straight to the customer. That would essentially be a 1PL. Then if you start involving shippers like UPS or FedEx, now you've got someone in between, that's a 2PL. And then let's say you supply a warehouse with your product, which then ships it on to the customer on your behalf. That, my friend, is a 3PL. A 3PL is a physical warehouse that helps you with things like freight, warehousing, distribution. And they can even be industry specific, like cold storage for food businesses. But if you're an e-com, you're going to want to look for one that specializes in inventory management, fulfillment, and returns. If you're asking yourself whether you're big enough to start working with a 3PL, that actually isn't the best question. Figuring out whether a 3PL is the right fit for your business all comes down to the math. So let's jump into how 3PLs charge. 3PL usually has 4 base fees. It starts with storage. They're going to charge you for how much space your stuff takes up in their facility. Then you've got picking. Picking is what you pay for having a human being walk around their facility, grab your stuff, and put it in a box. Then you've got packaging. Any packaging you haven't already prepaid for or sent to them, they're going to charge you for. And finally, postage. Postage is what you pay for actually shipping your product to your customer. I just want to remind you that 3PLs have a really hard job to do too. It's almost like fractional ownership of a warehouse. Instead of you having to own a big facility and pallet racking and have employees doing shipping every day, they do that on your behalf. They also have incredible software systems a lot of times that help your business run like a well-oiled machine. So how do you know if you're picking the right 3PL for your business? Well, here's a few criteria. Location. It's really important that the location of the warehouses is nearby the manufacturing or geographically optimized for where you're shipping. Then price. We already talked about all the different fees, but make sure to really do the math, open a spreadsheet, plan it out. Packaging. A lot of 3PLs will not actually work with custom packaging, so make sure you plan out exactly how you want your product to look before selecting a partner. And finally, scalability. It's really important to know exactly how many facilities your 3PL has and whether they fit in with your growth plans. Think about where your business is going to be in a year. Are they a good fit for you then? Choosing a 3PL is sort of like choosing a mate. They're going to have all your inventory and you're going to be working with them constantly to make sure your customers are happy. So make the decision wisely. You do not want a nasty breakup.
Okay, what did you get from this video?
This video teacher explained in more specific the concept, the 1PL, 2PL, and specific the concept of the 3PL. The key for understand this concept of 3PL is the warehouse. For the warehouse, to permit for step the storage, the package, pickup, and the postage.
Very good, perfect. That is it. So that is the difference, right? So when you are looking for a service of 3PL, for example, you need to check into these kind of things, right? What is the size of the warehouse, if it's convenient for me, the transportation. So everything that is related to that. And it's very, very important for us to check into that because, I mean, it's the basics of this. Any other comments on this video? Okay, there's just one more that we are going to see. This is also very interesting. This is a little larger, but I set the subtitles so you get a little bit more. So let's see how it goes.
Hi, I'm Jessie Janae, founder of Lumi, and this is Shipping Things, a show about shipping things. And today we have a very special guest from ShipBob named George. George, come on out here. George? George? George?
Jessie?
Hi, I'm Jessie Janae, and this is Shipping Things, a show about shipping things. And today we have a very special guest. I've got George here from ShipBob. And George, your last name starts with a W, but I've known you for a while, but I've never said it out loud because I don't know how to say it out loud.
All right.
Do you wanna give us a teaser on that one?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Okay.
It's pronounced Wojciechowski.
That isn't easy at all. Wait, Wojciechowski?
Yeah, exactly.
What is that from?
It's from Poland. My parents are from Poland.
It's from Poland.
And so it's a Polish
Okay.
last name. But
All right.
for those who don't want to completely enunciate it, you can just say George Wojciechowski,
and
you'll be close enough.
I just say George. How about that?
That works.
Well, thank you for joining us today. And you work at ShipBob. What is your role at ShipBob?
I'm co-founder and LA general manager, as well as San Francisco general manager, which is coming online in the next month or so.
And I've been to your LA facility. We've known each other for a little while. I actually met you when you first came to LA.
You were the first person I met in LA.
Yeah, wow. So ShipBob is like a new kind of 3PL. For people watching who don't know what 3PL stands for, what does it stand for?
Technically, it stands for third-party logistics.
Third-party logistics is great because you're outsourcing the warehouse aspect of your business, and warehouse life can be crazy. We're actually getting a delivery right now, and trying to film.
Right.
First things first, let's say I'm a business and I want to work with you guys.
Right.
I've got my stuff. You've got a warehouse and everything. This is, for our demonstration purposes, people, this is ShipBob. They actually have real warehouses, okay? But this is ShipBob right now, and I'm a business and I want to work with you. How do I get you my stuff?
So even before your stuff arrives at our warehouses, we have an onboarding process,
Okay.
And then kind of backing it up a little bit,
Yeah.
where we get our clients set up and get on the same page as to what inventory we're going to be receiving and in what quantities.
Okay.
And once that's arranged, we will work with the client to either get their inventory here from wherever it's manufactured,
Yeah.
or we have a pickup mechanism. So if they're located in the areas and the cities in which we operate,
Yeah.
Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and soon San Francisco,
Yeah.
we have specific ship captains that will go out, pick up the inventory either on a daily basis, say it's like a boutique shop,
Wow.
or a store of some kind, or even if they're just giving us all their inventory for us to warehouse,
Yeah.
we can have a mechanism which we'd go pick that up and bring it back to our warehouse and put it into stock.
Okay, so I'm the business. You've got my inventory now. I've got a couple more props to help illustrate. This is me, okay? This is
Right.
my business's headquarters, all right? This is you. You got ShipBob over there. This is a truck. Hold on here, okay? So this is a truck. This is like, my carrier.
Okay.
And it could be also ShipBob. Like, I guess what you said is that ShipBob sometimes comes right on over to where I'm at and picks up my stuff.
Yep.
And brings it back.
Absolutely. Our vehicles are about 1/8 of the size of this truck.
Your cars are like, okay, we know what he means. We'll give him that one,
Right.
guys. Okay, so let's say you've got my stuff.
Sure.
Your tiny truck picked it up and somehow got it successfully back to ship Bob.
Right.
It's there, but I'm assuming that tracking hundreds of items from hundreds of brands is complicated. How do you do that?
Yeah, and that's really when we start to get to work on what we do. When you walk into a warehouse, you'll see that we've separated everybody's items and their SKUs individually by bin location. So we store each individual SKU in its own separate bin, so the inventory never gets commingled with other products or other clients' products.
Okay, so you've got my stuff, you've got it organized. Now, dun dun dun, a customer. This is a customer's
Right.
house, okay? An end customer. Boom. These people want stuff, right? They went to my website, they checked out, and they're like, give me my stuff. And so I'm over here sitting in my fancy headquarters, which is also a box, but whatever. And you've got my stuff.
Right.
What happens when this person clicks the button on my website? What do I see? And then how do you get it? How do you do it?
Via the integration that we've set up with their website,
Yeah.
the orders come into their customized ShipBob dashboard, which we build out for each individual client. And
Yeah.
that dashboard essentially acts as an operating software for their shipping.
Cool.
It's
Okay.
completely 360 degrees from tracking to invoices to, inventory levels.
Okay, got it.
So on our end, our fulfillment team sees that that order is live and
Yeah.
has come in.
Okay.
It's transmitted electronically with all the different facets of the order, whether it's overnight, 2-day, priority, first class.
Okay.
Our fulfillment team picks those orders from our warehouse,
Yeah.
brings it over to our packaging team,
Yeah.
and whatever specific needs that client has for their packaging, say they need custom tissue paper or
Yeah.
this special type of box, that's already coded into the process.
Yeah.
So we know to fulfill those orders with that setup.
That's awesome.
And once we've packaged it, we run it through a price algorithm, which finds the lowest price among the carriers.
When you are just shipping something yourself, like let's say, when you don't have the luxury of this stuff over here and you're just doing this and shipping things directly to these people, you have to figure out everything he just said. You are figuring that out on your own. And then this guy over here, this is what happens now. It's leaving ShipBob, right? And this is usually a big truck. It's not your tiny ShipBob
But before
truck.
this happens, let me stop the truck driving away.
Okay.
Once we've created the label and have decided which carrier and what designation it's going to get sent out to,
Yeah.
that tracking number gets re-uploaded back into your Shopify store, your e-commerce
cool.
store, whatever that may be. It gets uploaded, marked as fulfilled, and your customer gets an email saying, hey, your order's on the way.
Cool.
Here's when you can expect it. Here's the tracking number. So the
Okay.
orders essentially come into your shopping cart and go out via us without you having to do anything. It's all the
Right.
automated.
You were sitting over here sipping a latte, and
Right,
this all
exactly.
happened. Right. Are you sipping a latte?
We are not sipping a latte.
Okay.
We are hustling to get the packages out.
Okay, got it. Okay, you guys are doing so many awesome things for small businesses, but why the decision to allow them to ship in their own custom packaging?
Most 3PLs, they'll charge, they'll charge a price that won't make that scalable. We make it ridiculously easy. There's no additional cost for that.
Okay.
Within reason.
Yeah.
If you need your custom tissue paper or a certain color or a certain type of box or a box that's been sourced from Lumi, there's no additional fee for our clients. And so that's really, really important to the current market of e-commerce sellers, people who are doing really well, to be able to communicate the experience accurately that they're trying to share and provide for their customer.
I don't know if you know this, George, but I actually did a Kickstarter with over 3,000 backers back in 2012. Yeah, thank you. and when we did that, I'm not ashamed to admit, I didn't know that there was fulfillment options.
Sure.
And we suffered through a lot of things that I don't need to get into. But my question is, why don't young companies know that there are options like you guys? What's going on there?
Yeah, frankly, Jesse, there aren't a lot of options out there that appeal to the new generation of e-commerce sellers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 3PLs that have been in business and are maintaining their legacy clients, but their solutions aren't necessarily tailored to these young companies.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to change. So we're trying to change that by creating a fulfillment model that's geared toward the specific needs of this generation of e-commerce sellers.
People just starting out, people who need to establish their systems from scratch.
And are stressing that connection to their clients. They
Okay.
want to be able to communicate through their packaging, through the way that they're creating and wrapping their product
Yeah.
to their clients. And oftentimes that's not a solution that's available to them. I'm doing this for 2.5, 3 years now. One of the things that we see that is super important is to plan this out in the very early stages, not just for the immediate,
Right.
but also for 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road,
Right,
a year,
scaling.
2 years down the road.
Yeah,
And we try to be
yeah.
that partner to the e-commerce companies that we're partnering with.
If I'm over here sipping my latte, starting my business, and I'm trying to maybe design my business even to be ready for fulfillment,
Sure.
what should I be doing? Or like, do you have any tips for me?
What we found is that a lot of our clients, for the first 3 to 6 months, bootstrap it themselves.
Yeah.
They'll have their friends do it. They'll do it out of their living room. They'll do it out of their office,
Sure.
wherever, we work or whatnot. Exactly. After about 6 months to 2 years, there's been a response to their product.
Yeah.
They know they have a business now. They know that they have an idea that people are responding to.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it's critical to find a fulfillment partner for the next phase of your business.
Yeah. Can you help me pinpoint when I should reach out or when I should start exploring things?
I think you should do it before you even launch.
Okay.
There's plenty of businesses that we're currently working with and have worked with in the past that reached out to us 3 months, 6 months before they actually sent us their product.
Don't be shy. Reach out early, even if you're not ready, because you guys are going to be honest and say, hey, like, you might as well keep doing this for a little bit longer. Here's the tipping point for
Yep.
when you should be sending us your inventory. And that way I have a plan from the outset, as opposed to reaching out to you when I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to ship this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
most important thing is to come up with a thorough list of questions, and don't make your decision until you've had all of those questions answered.
Yeah.
And not just with your fulfillment company, but with your custom box company or other partners in your supply chain.
Yeah.
View it as a partnership and get all the information you need from that partnership before going live with it.
Do you have any stories that help people avoid mistakes that you think are too common or just didn't need to happen?
Some of the issues that entrepreneurs run into when they don't do their full research and all the variables involved in shipping and fulfillment, oftentimes they won't know the difference between the different tiers of shipping rates offered by the clients.
Sometimes the difference is like $5 a shipment or something.
More.
Okay,
Sometimes it's like 30, 40%. Yeah.
That could blow their unit economics. They could go from
Absolutely.
making money on an order to losing money on an order.
Yep.
And I would come to you and I'd be like, George, why? Like, George, I'm losing money every
Right.
time you ship. And you would be like, Jesse, you should have researched dimensional weight shipping. And I'd be like, no, George, why? But it'd be better to just prevent that in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oftentimes another issue that I've seen is customers have their product and they expect to sell one product at a time. And so they figure out their shipping for that one product.
Okay.
They find out that people are ordering 2, 3, and 4, and that's a
Okay.
whole new box.
Yeah.
And we haven't worked with them, or they haven't come to us and said, hey, let's find the optimal way to ship this so we can
Okay.
keep the dimensional weight as low as possible
Okay.
and compact it, but also make sure that the product maintains the integrity in transit.
Yeah.
And another issue I think is researching what the insurance and the claims process is.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't happen often,
Yeah.
but packages do get lost.
So like, it's like this box
Yep.
is in this truck,
Okay.
and then this driver's like crazy,
Yep.
and it's just like, that one gets lost, right? And then this guy's like, I never had that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As unfortunate as it sounds, what Jesse just demonstrated will happen at some point.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. This is really fun.
been a pleasure.
And you guys are running incredible companies, so I really appreciate you joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, what did you get from this video?
You feel in love of George.
I'm sorry?
I look that you feel in love.
That is true. Yeah, I believe in Latin America it's very difficult to have a job that you love, right? Sometimes you have to have there's no other way, but I mean, it's possible to get a job that you really love, right? Some things that you are passionate. Imagine to be passionate about numbers. It's kind of crazy, right? But it's possible if you really enjoy what you do. Yeah, everything is amazing, and you do your job in a very good way.
But
I can
a part of it.
understand. Excuse me.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Continue, Ramiro.
Okay, thank you, Roberto. I can understand it's very important choose the best delivery company, but for choice a cheaper company is very dangerous for the transportation and the can damage very expensive.
That is true. I believe that is true for everything, right? For everything. If you buy something cheap, probably it's not going to be good, right? Of course, depends. I mean, if you want a shirt can be $5 and it's not important. But for example, a car, cheap cars probably are not going to be good quality, right? Or I don't know, a refrigerator, for example. There are cheap refrigerators, but it doesn't matter if you buy something very cheap and it's going to be broken in 2 years. It's more expensive, right? So the same happens with business. If you have a company that they are going to charge you very low amount of money, it's probably because they don't have the resources or they don't have the knowledge, right? If they don't know what they're doing, of course, your product, your company is going to be impacted negative.
And last year imported the machinery of the Poland.
Mm-hmm.
And required specific is the insurance. Seguro si se dice.
Insurance, yeah.
Insurance. Specific transportation de Poland en El Salvador. Tiene un nombre eso, se llama door to door, creo que es.
Ah, ok.
Door to door es el seguro que se paga. Insurance. Specific is more expensive. The machinery is fabricated in Poland. The technicians come in client installed in the plant. It's more expensive.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, if you really want a company to take care of your products or services, you need to pay, right? And that happens for everything. If you go to the doctor that is only $10, I don't know, maybe not good, right? Actually, if you go to ISSS, that you pay for that one. But because, I mean, they don't care about you. I mean, if you're lucky, because there are good doctors in this, if you're lucky, you are going to have very good recipe, I mean, very good medicine and things like that. But if you're not lucky, you're the same, right? No. So that happens for everything. I mean, in the social media, you can find videos about that one, right? I remember, for example, one that is very famous about weddings, that somebody's playing music, but very bad, right? And then they say, when you pay very cheap musician, this is what happens, right? So even when it's for your company, I mean, if you really want your customers to be happy and satisfied and that everything is fast and efficient, you need to pay. You need to pay because it's not easy. Warehousing is not easy. To create strategies for the best way for you to deliver something, to handle something, is not easy. So if you need an expert, not only in logistics, but in anything, you need to pay for that one. Definitely. Any other comments or opinion on the video?
Comment is the case of about the use of middle of transportation of the product.
Yeah.
The consumer ever need the warranty that precede the product in good condition. And the last year I received a box with any product, and between the product is coming a screen, but the sender used the chip, and the transportation when come here only take the box and la tiraron al suelo del camión.
Imagine.
And the screen is broken when I open the box, broken. And for that is necessary that the consumer have the warranty, that the quality of service is the most important, because if I pay for one product, it is for that I need the product, not for only spend my money for nothing.
That's what happens, right? So if the delivery, the logistics is not good, of course, it's the customer, the end customer, the one that is not happy and satisfied. And the problem is that the company has to pay, right? Because in this case, didn't pay the delivery, it paid the company. They send another product or they give your money back. So it's a big impact, right, for the business. If that happens for a lot of products, a lot of packages, then the company is going to be at risk, is going to lose money. Mauricio.
I think to resume all that we are talking about, the most important point about 3PL is choosing a good 3PL or the best company that make you the 3PL service, because you can have a good product, you can have a high quality product, but if you don't create a partnership with a good 3PL, you can lose money or lose customers, or I don't know. But if you choose a good 3PL or a good outsourcing company, you can deliver your product in other countries and make the people know your brand in other countries or even in your home country. But if you don't choose a good outsourcing, you can lose customers and spend money.
Definitely. So that is it. So imagine the impact that has to your business. I mean, if you choose the wrong 3PL, probably, I mean, only because of that decision, it can cause a big impact, that big that maybe you have to close your company because you're losing a lot of money. So there are different kinds. There are different companies, and of course you need to research first, right? You need to check what they offer. And another thing that is very important in this kind of situation is once you choose the 3PL, you need to sign a contract. But in the contract, you need to be very specific. You are responsible for my customers. If you don't do what you have to do, you have to pay me, right? Because I will put my business in your hands. So if you don't accomplish what I need and what my customers are looking to get, you are the responsible.
It's the contract, teacher.
Yeah. So whenever you sign a 3PL or 4PL or 5PL, there has to be a contract.
Very, very important. This
Yeah.
point.
That is your legal backup, right? So if something happens, then you are going to pay me. Okay. But of course, the price is going to be very high if you want insurance or anything. Good. Let's continue here with the presentation. Okay, so this is just a comparative about first-party logistics with no outsourcing and the 2PL. So going back to the basics, right? In this one, it says the supplier ships goods to the customer using transportation it owns and manages. And we have the supplier and we have the customer. That is very easy. Key point of differentiation, transportation is handled internally by the supplier and is not outsourced. And of course, on the other hand, we have the second party logistics, the 2PL, outsourced transportation. The supplier contracts a carrier that owns and manages its own means of transportation to pick up goods and deliver to the customer. And we have the supplier, then you have to pay money to the carrier so they can send the product to the customer. And of course, the differentiator is that the transportation is handled by a second party carrier, but the choice of carrier is up to the supplier. So I believe that this is very clear, but I don't know if you have any questions, any word, vocabulary. Okay, let's continue then. And this is the third-party logistics, the 3PL, outsourced logistics. In this one, it says the supplier contracts. Well, let's check if you are going to, let's see. Oh, sorry. Ernesto, could you please help me read it?
Yes, teacher. The third-party logistics, 3PL outsourced logistics. The supplier contracts a freight forwarder who in turn identify a turn dispatch the optimum carrier for the assignment to pick up and deliver goods to the customers. Key point of differentiation, transportation is handled by a second party carrier, but the choice of the carrier is up to the third party freight forwarder. And the last line I can read.
Yes, it doesn't move the bar. I'm sorry about that one, but that is it. So I believe that this is very, very understandable by now, right? So we have the supplier, the freight forwarded for the party, the third party, that is the carrier, and then to the customer. This is kind of a simple situation. This is the 4PL that is going to be for, let's see. Juan, could you please help me reading this one?
Okay. The supplier outsources its supply chain management to lead logistics provider. The lead logistics supplier then contacts the optimum freight forwarder to dispatch the optimum carrier for the assignment. Key point of differentiation. Transportation is handled by a second-party carrier selected by a third-party freight forwarder, who in turn is selected by a fourth-party lead logistics provider managing the suppliers.
Okay, so this is like the four-party logistics, 4PL. Outsourcing is the key here. So you are going to have, as we mentioned before, also the plan itself, the strategy. So let's talk about some factors and some benefits about this. The first line, Rene, could you please help me reading that?
The factors.
Factors and the benefit, but only the first line.
Okay. Quizá la puedo ver un poquitito, no se alcanza a ver la, dice espérame, yo creo que yo la tengo muy grande la pantalla. Ahí. Sorry. Factors. Volatile.
Volatile.
Unpredictable. And rapid demand for logistics. Third-party logistics. Flexibility.
Very good. So the factors are like facts, are situations that we have in our company. And if we use a third-party logistics, what is the benefit about that? So in the first one, it says is volatile. So if you don't have a third-party logistics, unpredictable things happen, rapid demands for logistics. So you don't know what is going to happen. Maybe you don't know if you are prepared to manage any kind of inventory situation or delivery situation, or many other things. So the benefits in this case is the flexibility, meaning that, I mean, when you have a third-party logistics, you can say, for this month, I need the half of the warehouse. For the next month, I need 2 warehouses. And you pay only for what you use. So that is very good because you don't have to buy another warehouse. If you need a warehouse, an extra warehouse, the next month, you just request that one, you pay for that one, and that's it. Very easy.
Ya me
Let's...
recordé.
Ajá.
Se llama Export. Se llama cuando uno compra algo en el extranjero y se lo traen hasta la puerta. Export.
Export, is that a company or?
No, así se llama el plan que se contrata con una empresa de logística.
Ay.
Sí, tú lo quieres en el puerto, le dicen a uno, o lo quieres Export, que es door to door.
Door to door.
Ajá.
Amazing. And I believe that you have to pay, depending on the product, I guess, depending on what you are going to bring, that is the price on that.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Let's see. Ramiro, could you please help me with the next?
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Global network.
Actually, it's intense investments.
Excuse me. Intense investment requirement for logistics. Reduction in cost, risk mitigation.
Very good. So if you don't have 3PL, probably you will have intense investment requirement for logistics. Definitely. The investment, the money that you are going to spend is a lot. You need trucks, you need a warehouse, the conditions in the warehouse, meaning the electricity, meaning the water, the people that are going to handle that one. If you need special conditions, like for example, temperature for some products. So it's very expensive. But if you have a third-party logistics, you reduce the cost because you pay only for what you need, and there is risk mitigation. I mean, they are the specialists and they know how to do things. So that is the important part here. Oseas, could you please help me reading the next one?
First, limited resources, customer-centric industry. Focus on core competency.
Very good. So if you don't have a third party, you have limited resources. You don't know if the next month you are going to need more space or more people or more trucks. And customer-centric industry, meaning that you are going to do exactly what you have with the resources. But if you have a third party, then you don't care about that. And you focus on the product itself. So you can fight against the competency. So if you have a product that is similar to other people, to other companies, then you can analyze the product itself and you don't have to worry and overthink about logistics. So that is very important. Let's see. Sandra, could you please help me reading the next one?
Okay, teacher. Global network of first suppliers and customers. Access to international logistic network.
Very good. So that is it. If you don't have, you will have global networks from supply and customers. So imagine that sometimes you can or you need to expand the business to a global size. Then, of course, you need logistics as an international network. Remember that if you are going to send products to other countries, You need to know about not only the transportation, but also about the laws. What are the permissions that you need to enter to other countries? And what is the best roads? People that are experienced on those things. So definitely it's very important. Let's see. The next one is for Monica Avalos. Not possible. Aida Isabel. Okay, not possible. Let's see. Silvia Patricia.
Okay. Limited resource, customer-centric industry, third-party logistic, focus on core.
Well, actually, it's business requirement. That is the one. Business requirement.
Sorry. Business requirement for exploring new and inland markets. Third-party logistic support for the market expansions. And the other.
Yeah, you can read the other, no problem.
Okay. Competition in 3PL industry, advancement in technology, third-party, simplified outsourcing.
Perfect. So the first one says business requirement for exploring new and unknown markets. So that means that sometimes you want to expand, right? If you want to expand, definitely you need to have a third-party logistics, so they help you expand in that one in new territories. And the other one says competition in 3PL industry and advancement in technology. Definitely, you need to invest in those ones instead of checking about the outsourcing. Let me see if there is any word here. Unknown. What is unknown? Do you know?
Desconocido.
Very good. That is it. And I don't see any other word. Do you have any questions here? Okay. Let's move on. So it says, what is the greatest challenge of 3PLs face? So this is a study that some companies make around the world. So as you can see, the 60% is about capacity. That is a big problem because the 3PLs, they want to offer a lot of capacity to all the customers, but sometimes they don't have enough warehouses or warehouse space. The real problem here is that some companies, one day they want a space for 10,000 products, and the next month they need only for 5,000. So they only change that one. So the capacity cannot be built. That's it, right? The other one is technology investment. For example, one of the most common things that the companies are looking to get is the tracking, the live tracking, the GPS. So, but that is very expensive. And the companies, the 3PLs, they need to invest money if they want to offer that service to the producers. So that is sometimes not possible. Finding, training, retaining qualified labor. Definitely people needs to know about procedures, about how to manage everything in the warehouse, how to handle packages, things like that one. It's not easy, and it's very heavy work, so sometimes they don't like to do that. Regulation is another thing because all the countries, all the states, all the cities are different, so they need to be careful in that. Rising operational costs. Well, this is about money, of course. It's always something that we have to consider. Finding and retaining customers, yes, because there is a lot of competition. We have DHL, we have FedEx, we have UPS. So there are many competitions in this. Meeting customer service requirement, this is also a very challenging thing because Not all the customers, they are looking for exactly the same. Sometimes they need specific things, but you have a big warehouse. I mean, sometimes it's not possible to offer that. Making a profit, I believe that this depends on the accounting, right? And the finance department. Contingency planning, risk management. Well, this shouldn't be. I mean, it's a problem, but it shouldn't be because it's what you are paying for, because they need to handle that risk. Global coverage is also another problem because sometimes you want to send or receive products from different parts of the world, and sometimes it's just not possible. I mean, maybe it's not that common, but imagine that you want to send or receive a package from Afghanistan. Oh, that is a big problem. And corporate social responsibility, that means this is about being environmentally friendly, helping other companies or institutions, things like that. So these are like the greatest challenge that the CPLs face in general, let's say. Do you have any questions on this?
For me, teacher, is the use of the face. Because en Spanish es cuál es el mayor reto al que se enfrentan los tres P. But I told this paragraph, I can say what is the greatest challenge that in front, maybe anything for the design. I confuse the use of the word face in this paragraph.
Yes, facing this one is like what you have in this case. I mean, what you are trying to handle, trying to manage.
Okay.
So it's like when you say in Spanish, enfrentar. So something like that.
Okay.
Good, perfect. Let's move on then. Ah, this is it. Okay. Very good, my friends. So we have, since it's Friday, right? We have a little time for practicing. So let's speak about any topic that you want to discuss. What would you like to discuss? Halloween, I don't know, Christmas is coming. I don't know. Have you ever...
The Miss Universe in El Salvador, November 18.
Ah, it's November, it's not in December.
November, teacher.
In mine, that is crazy. I was reading that in Multiplaza, there is going to be, I remember that is 7, 8, and 9. You can go and take pictures with them, right? With the girls.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah.
This is the big moment for me.
Yeah, that is true, right? So yeah, I was reading about that. I believe it's going to be crowded that day, that place, right? Because it's something unique. Maybe it's not going to happen in a long time.
This is my moment, teacher.
Yeah. So you are going to give the phone number to one of them.
Historic moment for El Salvador.
Yeah, imagine that if you are lucky and you take a picture with the winner, that would be very good, right? You don't know.
The airport is very, very
crowd.
People.
Yeah, it's going to be crowded. A lot of people. I don't know. It's going to poor girls. They're going to be, I don't know, very, very overwhelmed, I guess. But let's see what happens. I was watching some videos from some of them doing many things, knowing people and making proposals, things like that. All right. So,
teacher, the price of the ticket for watch the Miss Universe in the local, in the Adolfo Pineda gym, cost $1,200.
That is crazy.
It's better shopping as Spain.
Yeah.
It's more cheap.
You watching TV?
Yeah, in TV.
Is very convenient, and with this money, that money, you can chop a screen that you can see the miss and the size in the real size is more easy.
Yeah.
After
With this money, it's
you can
possible to buy a lot of Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
It's for campaign.
If you buy just one bottle of Johnny Walker, you are going to see all your neighbors as Miss Universe. So not a problem.
I have the opportunity to saw the Miss Costa Rica here in Oportunidades.
Really?
Yeah, she was here in Busaria.
In mine.
Busaria.
Very good.
Congratulations,
Robert.
yeah. Is a lady, very, very beautiful. And is the personality of she is attractive because she is very amable, no remember.
Very kind.
Okay. But here in Quilta Receive, this lady. In all days pass here in the all days is the caravana with the police and another things with the ladies.
What is your favorite miss?
Your
Miss
favorite.
Thailandia.
Ah.
Okay.
Teacher, what do you say in English? Tengo envidia de Roberto en este momento.
Oh, I envy Roberto. In mine. The only part that maybe I'm going to watch is when they interview them, right? And they say something that sometimes is not good. So
sometimes.
So beautiful, but they say something that everybody's like, oh my goodness, that's not good, right? I have seen some videos about that one, and it's very funny. I believe that they have to be ready. I mean, it's very complicated because it's not only to be beauty, right? You have to also, as Roberto Carlos was saying, have a very nice personality, very happy, that they
very kind,
like politicians, right? That they go and how you, hey, you are my friend. They don't know you, but you are your friend. So things like that one, and they have to be smart to answer questions because it's not only that one. If they sound something that is not good, probably they won't win, right?
Is the show.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one or two stories we're going to see on this show here in Salvador. I believe that something's going to happen, but I don't know exactly what. So we have to be checking on that.
If you can watch the Miss Universe El Salvador, you can watch the 2 channel.
Yeah, in the channel 2. I was remembering. I don't know if there are some men participating. I mean, you know, that men that they believe that they're a woman. Are they some of those in this? Because I haven't seen anything.
Is one theory. Participate a man, but no.
Yeah, because in some countries I know that Miss, for example, I remember that Miss Spain a few years ago, it was a man, not a woman, right? So in this one here in El Salvador, are there some women that are not women?
Yes. Yes. Reasonability.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe yes, maybe not.
Yeah, I believe I'm remembering Do you remember those movies from Mexico that were like that? So a man between the girls is like the dream of all of them, right? I don't know. Maybe it's a trick.
But with the girl here, he is made many work for her person, for appearance, for show good. I saw a picture many time ago, and he's no like me, not
Yeah.
good. The picture is
Yeah.
ugly, but
Yeah.
it's in the Salvador. Hell, for my opinion, is hell ladies with more capacity, personality, and with more beauty.
Okay.
For me, it's my opinion. But you stay in the horse. Only have to walk with the horse.
Yeah, it's a different world, right? So everything is changing, and I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So let's see what happens.
But here,
Anyways,
this thing is the two girls with boys with songs.
yeah.
Is Colombia and I don't remember it's Panama or Costa Rica. But two girls with boys it's new for me. But
Yeah.
I think all ladies got with is a single. But
Yeah,
this
I believe that is not a problem,
it's
right?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's new and it's good, no problem.
Yeah.
It's
That is
opportunity
nice.
for
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely is not a problem. So maybe why I don't agree is that men participating in this one, maybe they have something separate so they can do whatever they want. But this is just for girls, in my opinion, right? But yeah, we live in a different world and everything is changing. So let's see what happens.
the unique problem with the ladies in this sort of thing is that if you go in the street on the road in your car and when she go have to make a un lado porque si no te pasa llevando la patrulla.
Yeah, you need to be careful, right? Because yeah, they are very careful about these things. So, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing that this is happening here in the country. I mean, everything is going to. I mean, it's good. I mean, I really believe that culture is something that has to happen, and it's very nice that we have events like this. So perfect. Let's talk about, I don't know. Have you ever seen a ghost? A ghost. Have you ever experienced
Only the
something
ghost.
paranormal?
Paranormal phenomenon.
Ernesto, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I don't know if in my case I have a experience with the ghost of paranormal phenomenon. I don't know if when I was a child had a experience, but I don't remember.
Okay. So anybody has any experience that was strange? Speaking about Halloween. Anybody? Nobody. Ah, yes, Renee says yes. Tell us about that.
Yes, the paranormal experience.
Yeah.
Yes, in the office and in my work, have three offices. In office number one, and the papers ordinate. No me acuerdo cómo se dice uno encima de otro.
One over the other one.
Over the other one. In the camera, tap, looking the. Se cayeron todos.
Really?
Entonces se ve un espectro así, una bolita que anda como a una altura de 1 metro, así en los cubículos. Entonces, lo divertido fue que dijeron, ¿y esto quién lo votó? No, si yo no lo iba a votar. Y era bien difícil votarlo porque era un pante de papeles.
Y
Entonces, ajá, bien raro. Entonces fuimos a ver las cámaras y en efecto, el espectro que andaba ahí como que los había votado, pero era imagínense una bolita de humo y anda ahí, así, y entra cabal en las puertas de los cubículos, así, flotando.
Do you feel nervous in this moment? In that moment?
Sí, nervios. Era como las 9 de la noche, más o menos, cuando grabó eso la cámara, cuando esos papeles lo botó, pero con una fuerza, así va, se ven en la cámara, pero como la cámara no capta exactamente los segundos, se ven así y después se ven en el suelo. No se ve que los muevan así, sino que ¡pah! De una vez. Interesting.
Strange, interesting.
Paranormal video.
Yeah. It's
Porque
very
solo captó
strange.
la cámara
Yeah,
de seguridad.
I never heard about anything like that one. I mean, about it was like you say that it was like smoke. It's not like a light. Era como una luz.
Ajá, sí, es como de humo, algo así. Como que usted tira una bocarada de humo. Así, alguien de lo que fuma, tira un poquito de humo, pero es redondo, así como los pintan en las películas, de veras. Pasa así la bolita y tiene como una cola, así como Gasparín o los
Really?
bien, es
Really?
ajá, dice uno, Andrea, de aquí agarran las películas esto.
Like a movie.
Yeah.
Sí, sí.
You have to do the proof. You have to do the proof of puro. For exercise.
Yeah, to clean everything.
Ah, yeah, agua bendita.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange. I mean,
De un niño.
My case, sorry.
Algo así.
My case, the last week.
A veces también encienden las luces de los camiones.
Ah, okay.
Ajá.
Very
Encienden las luces de los camiones y las apagan.
In my case,
I scary. I don't. I can't see.
The last week, I hearing that the fall any objects in the backyard, and I go to south, nothing, but feel a sense with the fries.
mine.
That is rare, but never pass here. But this a new experience. I go for a test of those search. I find the ghost in the budget, maybe, or maybe it's a teaser. It's on the ground.
Yeah, everything is possible, right?
In the case of the Rene, can be that if you look the line, the history say that you saw the light in one point, maybe it's a teaser that is maybe you have in your company.
Share move it and la silla se mueve sola también.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy.
So that's go wrong.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. So
Mira, es calofrío andar ahí.
Teacher, I remember a story when I was a child.
Go ahead.
Yes, teacher, I remember I was 12 or 13 years old, and I had sit alone in my bed when I heard when someone speak very soft, very, very close to my ear. But when I look around, I don't watch anything. I don't see anything.
Imagine, that is crazy. Yeah. So
yeah, I feel very nervous. Yes.
yeah, the thing is that there are many things that we don't understand, right? Probably, or all grandmothers or many other people, they knew many things, but now people are more in technology than in this kind of things, right? But they still exist. I don't know.
Teacher, in your experience?
Well, I have two stories about that one. One is from other person and one is from me. I used to work, I will tell you about the other people. I used to work in a factory in Fruit of the Loom long time ago. And we used to have meetings. Sometimes the meetings, it was at 6, 7 at night. So we were together in a meeting room. And then there was another manager that was coming from outside. And he came, I mean, the plant, it was empty. There was nobody else, only the 6, 7 people that we were there in the meeting, only because everybody finished their work and they went home. And then we have to present some numbers and many things. So he was coming late, the other person, and he enters the room and he says, it's very strange that there is a lady there dressed in pink dress. And we say, like, a lady? We don't have any lady here. So we went and checked the cameras because he said that he was speaking with her. He said that he was entering and he saw the woman. He said, hello, what are you doing here? And she answered, he said goodbye and enters into the room. And we were like curious about that. And when we checked the camera, we saw that he was coming and he's speaking, but there is nobody there. It was he alone speaking. In the camera, nothing appears, only himself. And we say, my goodness, this is something strange, right?
Oh my God.
Crazy. The other thing, the other story happens to me. And this, I never experienced anything like that, but this happened last year. I remember that I was renting a room in San Salvador because I didn't want to travel, back to Santa Ana. It was kind of strange. So in that house, there were many people living in different rooms, but that day it was empty. It was only me. And I entered the car into the parking, and then I went to my room. And when I was in my room, I remembered that I had something in my car. So I say, I will go and bring, I don't remember what was. So I went to the car and it was, I didn't turn on the lights. It was totally dark. It was around 6:30 at night. So I saw that nobody was there and I just opened my door, went to the car, opened the car, get what I was going to bring, and I closed the door of the car. And when I turned, when I was going to walk to my room, I heard a voice, a little voice, but it was a voice of a man. And the voice said, and I was like surprised, but I was not scared. That was very strange because I was not afraid. And I only say whatever I say. And I walk to my room and nothing happens. But then other people were coming to the house, and the owner of the house, like 1 week after that one, I told the story to her. And she says that before in that house, there used to live a woman, and that the woman told her that her husband disappeared. She doesn't know what happened to him. So that is the story. I don't know what happened. I heard the voice very close here in my ear. It was very strange what he was saying. I mean, it was crazy. That is the only experience I had. I was not scared about that one, but it was interesting, you know.
Sí, allá en Santa Ana hay un señor que da $100 por el que se quiera ir a quedar una noche en mi casa embrujada de Final de Granada, ahí por el portezuelo está la entrada.
Let's
No sé
go
si han
and do
escuchado.
it. If you have the
Ustedes sí.
contact, if you have the phone number, send me that one, and I will go with cameras and do that one. Let's see what happens.
Vaya Juan
Yeah,
Roberto, vos venís muy cerca, sabes la historia.
Paranormal.
really. I mean, $100 is good, and let's live the experience.
¿Eh?
Excursion.
Yeah,
Va a ir
let's
a
make a
quedarse.
trip. Right?
Sí.
If we bring Johnny Walker, of course there will be experiences there.
He is very valiant, yeah.
A
With
lot
3
of those.
shots,
This
Yeah,
is the key.
with
that
3
is the
shots
key.
of Johnny Walker is more brave than that one.
Yeah, with 3 shots of Johnny Walker, you speak with the ghost. Hey, what happened to you? What's going on?
You look very, very Gaspard.
Yeah, I believe that it might be interesting, and of course that is true. I mean, if you have the contact of the person, send me that one. I will tell you in the next module what happened.
Okay.
With the spectrometer.
Yeah, like Ghostbusters, right? We're going to bring some.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
To a style of Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I would like to go and film everything, but I don't know if something is going to happen. So that happens. So there are many things that we don't know, that we don't understand, right? It's very strange because those things happen. I mean, those things happens there next to you, and sometimes you don't notice, right? Sometimes, I don't know, for example, I don't know if you have felt that you are alone and you feel something. I don't know, you feel something in your body. It's like something strange, but you don't know what is that. So it's because we are surrounded by, I don't know, maybe no ghosts, maybe energies, maybe, I don't know, different things that we don't understand. But the world, the universe, is full of many things, and it's very interesting to hear the story. Sometimes there are explanations about the stories, but we don't know exactly what's going on, right?
A reality is that all is energy.
Yeah.
If all is energy, sometimes is a particle of energy that is staying in some place, and sometimes is, I don't know, is the spirit or is a ghost, but the logic that is all this energy, you feel that energy. Sometimes is energy good, it's bad energy. When it's a bad energy, you feel uncomfortable in the space. It's real, but sometimes it's good. But it's part of life.
Yeah, it's part of life. Maybe we don't understand, but that happens. And what you say is true. I mean, I don't remember the name right now, but I remember that there is a dark matter that comes from the universe, and that energy, I don't remember exactly the name of the neutrinos, I don't remember, but they can go into you. They go through your body, and they can go through the planet itself. Pueden atravesar lo que sea. So maybe things like that happens, right? That kind of energy that comes from the universe is something that you can feel. I mean, something's strange, right? So there are many things.
Yeah, and I think that all this energy, and because sometimes is I have the experience that I touch some person in the electrostatic, and you feel the shock.
That is true.
But it's necessary because you can, in my case, I don't touch paper, don't touch hair, don't touch electric aparatos eléctricos. Because only I go take a shower, I go for the work, and sometime good morning I give the hand and the chop, and real, but it's part of the energy of the body, and is the body where is take that energy is the ask for me, or the question for me.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there are many things surrounded by us. There are many things inside of us, because we are full of many little creatures, right? In the face, inside of the body. So there are many things that we don't. There are too many things. Space, the universe, in the ocean, for example. There are a lot of things that we don't know yet, right? Because we are not able to go in deep in the ocean. So it's very interesting. I believe it's very interesting, and all these stories probably they have an explanation, but we still don't know.
The human knows only the 5% of in the ocean.
In mind that 5% is nothing, right?
It's nothing, yes.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy, but it's also interesting. And one of the good things that we have in this time that we are living is that we have access to a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. Not everything, but a lot. Now we know about black holes, for example. That is amazing, because some years ago, that was science fiction. Now that is reality. And now they're speaking about multiverse. That is science fiction by now, but maybe in the future, maybe that is going to be real. Yeah, because everything is possible, right? And many things are beyond what we understand. So interesting, very good.
But teacher, the most important thing in El Salvador right now is the Miss Universe in El Salvador.
I believe that you are going to go, right? So you are going to be there. I'm going to watch the show only to see where you are sitting.
Yes, teacher.
Very good. Yeah, it's very nice. I believe that it's very nice. When was the last time that happened? I believe that it was only one time, right? In the 70s.
In the 1975, I think.
75, imagine.
Yes.
That is a long time ago. Yeah.
This was a big event in El Salvador.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading about that one. It was a very good, nice show, and it was nice. I believe that this show is going to be nice.
In that moment, in the last 10th final Miss was El Salvador.
Imagine if El Salvador wins this time. My goodness, everybody's like, amazing. Pupusas for everybody.
Pupusas free for everybody.
Yeah.
We celebrate with what?
With Johnny Walker. Yeah.
Johnny Walker with pupusas.
Johnny Walker and pupusas, okay.
We shot the Johnny Walker shot. One drink, all
one drink, and you're fine. Okay, my friends. So this was the class of tonight. It was a very interesting class, and we also learned a little bit more about other things, and we also practice on different things. So we're going to check the attendance so we can go to bed. Let's see. Aida Isabel López Bonilla. Ana Verónica Hernández Rodríguez.
Present.
Good. Blanca Isabel Tunaca Rodríguez.
Present, teacher.
Good. Ernesto José Andrade Medina.
Present, teacher.
Good. Jonathan Ariel Figueroa Rivera. José Alfredo Hueso López.
Present, teacher, present.
Good. Juan Roberto Velázquez Romero.
Present.
Good. María Julia Ramos Olivar.
Present.
Good. Mónica Wendy Ábalos Girón.
Present.
Good. Oscar Mauricio Rivera González.
Present.
Good, good. Oscar René Molina Calidonio.
Present, teacher.
Good. Ramiro Rafael Aguilar Díaz.
Present, teacher.
Good. Roberto Carlos Avilés Rivera. Sandra Yanira Gómez Romero.
Present, teacher.
Good. Silvia Patricia Aceituno Méndez.
No todo guardia de seguridad ando un tipo.
Verónica Elizabeth Burgos Rivas.
Present, teacher.
Perfect. So, my friends, it was a pleasure to be with you tonight. I hope you have a very nice weekend. Dream a lot in English and rest a lot as well. Be careful if you get wet in the rain, and see you on Monday.
Rest a lot, teacher, and
Rest a lot.
everyone.
Yeah.
Have a nice night.
So do you.
Be careful with the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.